accidentally triggered the boss fight before we were supposed to find the boss.
We're fine.
I haven't said roll initiative yet.
But his face looks like Grima Wormtongue, and he probably is on at all times.
He really does. He's got that stringy black hair too. Ooh.
Yep. And a face that looks like he hates life.
Yeah, like he just is in a permanent sneer.
Yeah, like he has something sour in his mouth, and that's how he prefers it.
That's a good way to describe that. All right.
Hello, fellow geeks. Welcome to the next episode of Stolen Fate, our playthrough of the Pathfinder 2e adventure path from Paizo. For this series, we have Chase, that's me, as our intrepid game master. M is the enthusiastic Crunk. Katie is the mysterious Gingham, and Tori is the quick-witted Jack. With a fresh batch of Haro cards to chase, the heroes choose to instead take heed of a friend's warning and investigate the nefarious forces pursuing them. We hope you enjoy it. Now let's roll! Welcome back, fellow geeks. We're continuing on Stolen Fates, nearing the end of book 1. We left off, you guys just met with Willem. He gave you guys a warning about somebody who is pursuing you, allegedly, and offered his assistance in exchange for scholarship, studying, all of this crazy stuff that's happening to all of you. So I think that Crunk and Willem were left behind chatting, and Gingham and Jack left. Yeah, well, I'll toss it over to you guys. What are y'all doing at this moment?
Jack is off doing not that conversation with Willem and Crunk.
Yeah. Anything but.
That seems super fair.
Yeah. Can you remind me of the dude's name that Willem told us? Because I am very good at notes and didn't write it down.
Yeah, I sure can. His name is Lord Drewston.
And he's an ex-lord?
An ex-Chilaxian noble.
Chilaxian noble.
He gave up his title for an unknown reason.
Okay, got it.
So, what are you guys doing?
What do we do, Gingham? Out and about.
Oh man, we're out and about.
Jack probably loses you in the Grand Bazaar at some point. He's obviously not keeping track of you. And so I think eventually he looks up and is like, where's Gingham?
Yeah, that sounds right. Gingham found something shiny and just went that way.
When you guys go back through the portal, Shadow has a skinning table and a butcher's table set up right in the main.
Is he skinning a rabbit? Please tell me no.
He's skinning a very large rabbit.
Oh no! Did he kill the rabbit prince?
It's hard to tell. There's no skin on it. You can perception.
Are we even back through yet, though? They're still in the bazaar, Chase. Why'd you just drop this random?
I thought you guys went back here. My bad. Nope, never mind.
We haven't gone back.
I'm worried.
I imagine
Chase,
that was
worried.
an intercut scene. It was meanwhile, cut to Harrowcourt with Shadow skinning the rabbit prince.
Yeah, don't worry. Enjoy your shopping.
Yeah, enjoy your shopping, y'all.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I can't put that out of my mind, but I guess Gingham wanders back eventually with something shiny. What did you grab, Gingham?
Gingham comes back with a boomerang just attached to their back. And it's just, hooked out. And Gingham just comes strolling back up to Jack. Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you wandered off to. I was half worried that somebody bought you, thinking you were some kind of merchandise.
Someone tried. It was interesting.
I hope you were going to get a good price at least. What's that? He nods to the thing on your back.
It's a new weapon. You throw it and it comes back.
Did you find that in the same place where you found Birch?
No, it was 2 rows over and 4 stalls back.
Well,
there's a very brightly colored flag on it, and a man was eating a sandwich which had, he called it Vegemite.
That's good. That's good, Katie. I don't know that shop, but what even is it?
He called it a boomerang.
Well, you'll look super fearsome rolling into the next fight with that thing on your back.
What?
No one will know what to make of you, even more than before. As for what's scarier, a little poppet running into battle with a hatchet versus a poppet running into battle with a boomerang, I don't know. You may have lost a few terror points, but...
Oh, I still have the hatchet.
Oh, gods. Okay, let's put that away. We're in the middle of a crowded market.
Some people look nervous.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, good. Still got the hatchet. Good. Great to know.
Hey.
Jack is just killing time. He'll go hit up some of his favorite spots. I guess he'll check his mailbox again. It's not been that long, but he's gonna give it a peek.
All right. There's nothing there.
Is it normal or abnormal that he would not have gotten a response?
I think that's up to you. How good of a relationship do you think he had with his pops?
It's been several years. Probably like the better part of a decade since Jack has been home. But
okay,
he is trying to get home. The last thing that he left with his dad was a note. He left with a goodbye note. So that would be a long time to not see someone.
Yeah, we'll say he used to write back, but let's say that he stopped writing about a year ago.
About a year ago? Okay.
I guess Shadow is your dad.
He is now.
Krunk, what are you doing?
I think that Krunk has a whole day with Willem, first off.
Nice.
I want to know what Krunk asked Willem, because he was like, let me ask you about Jack.
Oh, right. He was all, what was it that he said? When did you feel like your relationship with Jack started to deteriorate?
Yes, that was
Were there any signs that I should avoid? He definitely pried into how long they worked together. If there was there something that broke the relationship? Why exactly did they split up? Why did they split up? Why aren't they working together anymore, Jack?
I kind of think Jack has just never really held on to connections.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has kind of assumed that whoever is around him is probably in danger.
Sure.
Because of the whole thing with his dad. He definitely has not told Krunk this, but to remind you, his dad was duped into murdering someone because of the hag, because of Jack's mom.
Oh no.
His friend even. And so Jack is not too eager to find out why he was left with a dagger bundled up with him as a baby. So he kind of assumes that anyone who's around him for too long is probably in danger. So he just he's made it a habit to keep people at a distance.
That's super
fair.
Plus,
Willem was already not his favorite person to be around. They just have very opposite personalities. So Jack thinks Willem is fine. He likes Willem well enough, but he's not about to hang out with him all the time. Like a distant relative. You're like, cool, you exist there, I exist here. We're good like that.
I think Krunk's gonna get drunk tonight.
Oh,
Krunk gonna get drunk.
In a sad way or
he probably started drinking with Willem.
It's like a good old time.
Yeah, they sat down, they shared stories. He told Willem about how he really wants to be there for Jack, and he thinks he's in Jack's life for a reason. And they just started drinking, and then Krunk got a little bit emotional, realizing that there's probably going to be a day when he's left by Jack too, and they ended up singing songs together and shit.
I feel like Krunk would be a weepy drunk.
I feel like Krunk takes off his armor when he's drunk because he gets too hot, lays on the table, and pours beers into his second mouth.
Gross.
And like this really long tongue, like a mimic, just lays out on the table next to him.
No.
And that's when you hear his other voice for the first time, and it just talks really deeply. I don't know if y'all see this, but Willem does.
Jack definitely does not. In the back of his mind, somehow Jack is so thankful that he left that conversation when he did. Doesn't know why, but Tori knows why.
I think that maybe he and Willem drunkenly spar at some point, and Willem gives him an idea for a new way to do some spell strikes. And Krunk is pretty certain that if he can figure out a way to attach a scroll to his sword, he could do that. So he's going to start studying that in his downtime.
Nice. So first off, the snake turns into a Shoanti woman and would keep serving you wine. Is that suitable for your beverage?
We did see her turn into a woman already.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah. Yes, that's fine. Wine is fine.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, Willem will spar with you. He drinks as well, though probably not as much as Krunk. When you spar with Willem, he does a similar thing to a spell strike, but it's not exactly the same. It's kind of weird. He seems to have some sort of special sword. He'll cast spells, and then he'll channel the like residual energy of the spell into his sword.
Interesting. Okay.
People walking by the outside of Strip and Barding just like flashes inside and kabooms and
thunder strikes, the shout of disintegrate.
Willem's a pretty even sparring partner with you. You're definitely more physically capable, though his magic is definitely a bit more advanced than yours. And yeah, he'll chat with you. Every time you chat about like Jack or something, he'll invite you to take a seat. He'll invite you to even like lay back. He'll go like full therapist mode. He'll just listen.
Oh,
even take out the floating scroll and take notes.
Okay, well, I guess that's considerate.
You don't even have to lay back, but he would invite you to and take notes anyways.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary. And you don't even have to treat me as such, Willem. That is what my goddess is there for, and I can pray to her about all of the weight that her instructions bring.
Your goddess is Desna?
Yes, Desna.
And how is this connection that you feel to her? I'm just curious because you are clearly skilled in the arcane arts, and you know where your magic comes from. So
of course.
What do you think this deity does for you?
Ah, yes, well, I have the ability to heal with a touch, first off. I can feel her strength in my bones.
Conjuration magic, necromancy.
Well, I didn't have the ability before I did her a favor.
Now, I'm not saying that there's not some grand being championing, but just tread lightly in worshipping them. Your strength comes from you, not from them.
Careful there. I know that some of my strength.
Batteries.
I think it is important to give credit where credit is due, and much of the power does come to me and the incidents that happened to me. But as we think we can both understand, sometimes there are external factors that lend us strength. And as to
such as
prove
devils,
his point,
demons.
Yes, exactly.
Tricky djinn.
Sure. If you could accept all of those things, why can't you accept Desna giving me a little boost?
Oh, I do. I just believe that Desna's a djinn. And I believe she has an ulterior motive.
Don't make me slap you, Willem. We're becoming fast friends.
That's fine. I'll leave it at that. Just tread carefully. If you
tread carefully with your snake witch.
I do tread very carefully. I've done a very extensive research. My entire thesis was on my snake.
I have heard Desna's voice inside of my soul and seen her visions granted unto me.
Yes, and I've spoken face to face with my familiar.
Oh, yes, I've watched her tongue your mouth, flickering nonsense.
So they smell, Krunk.
Yes, and she has to smell the inside of your lips, Willem.
It's about attunement. You don't have a familiar. You wouldn't understand. Study it.
I went to the Magambia. I know that you don't have to do that.
You still don't have a familiar.
You're a pervert, Willem.
Everything between me and Aurora is clearly platonic.
Consensual, maybe, but not platonic.
Listen, let's get back to Jack. You wish to be dear friends with Jack. I think you are dear friends to Jack. He's just not very good at showing it.
That is very nice of you to say. But
Besides, you should not be so concerned about it. You have the upper hand in this relationship, Crunk.
there's no such thing as an upper
Oh,
hand.
there's always an upper hand in relationships.
If there is an upper hand in relationships, I am clearly Jack's bitch.
I believe you have that backwards. Jack is very charming, don't get me wrong, but he's a bit of a degenerate, so to speak. And I mean that in the most charming way possible.
Draw your weapon, sir.
Sparring again, all right. You get like fiercely drunk as you go to spar after this time.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a full-on barbarian rage moment of sparring. I defend Jack's honor with my life.
Willem seems totally fine. He doesn't even seem phased.
That's annoying.
Jack and Gingham come wandering back and just hear explosions of magic from inside. Just slowly look at each other.
Take that back! Jack is not! And then it just gets unintelligible. I think that Jack is...
After you finish the spar, you'll feel instantly better. You're not actually drunk, by the way, Crunk. Bit of a tricksy item, the wine.
You poisoned me?
No, it's not poison either. More of an enchantment.
I am particularly resistant against such things, and it is infuriating.
I can show you my thesis on the morals of it.
I don't give two damns about your thesis, Willem. Jack, I can't believe your taste in friends. This man is infuriating and impossible, if a little talented.
As you guys are arguing, Jack just stealths through the portal and goes back to Harrowcourt.
Listen,
he does a
Crunk.
classic Irish goodbye.
It just goes right through.
Just, okay, see ya.
Willem hears the flick of the portal and looks back, and then we'll talk to Crunk again. I know we see not eye to eye on everything, but you're quite talented. Valuable asset to Jack. I'm glad he has somebody keeping him safe. Somebody of the intelligent nature.
Oh, I've just been sitting here yearning for your approval, Willem. Thank you so much for that. Gingham, we're out of here.
Wait, Crunk.
What, Willem?
One last thing to consider. Let me help you. You're in danger. Help me convince Jack. You could use me. These greater beings that you speak of. Deities and jinn and demons and devils. Now, you're tied in quite deep with that entire lot. These threads of fate, supposedly, are plucked by such beings. Things are never on a set path. I refuse to believe that. But they can heavily influence them. And a group of three can be dangerous. A group of four, now that is pristine. You want to be careful carrying any more than that? In my studies, I've theorized that traveling with companions of a larger number than four can seem to put the world against you for some reason. It's quite odd.
Well,
4 is the magic number. Remember that.
Magic number. I will consider it, and I will pray to Desna about it. And he's gonna reach down and he's gonna pick up Gingham in his big ol' hand and just kind of shake his fist at Willem a little bit.
Despite the outcome, please keep Jack safe.
I don't need you telling me what to do. I've kept Jack safe through thick, thin, and impossibilities. He's like gathers up his armor underneath his other hand. You could like, this is the first time Gingham's probably seen Crunk without armor, and you could see the big mouth across his stomach and the tongue lolling out to his knees.
It's a big mouth?
Oh, it's huge.
How wide is it? Like your entire stomach?
Just about.
Wow.
Probably 2/3 across his torso.
That's wild.
Yeah. And it's like,
it's
terrifying. Kind of like almost a little bit like a slight curve to it downwards.
Is it toothy? Does it have teeth?
Oh, lots of teeth.
Sharp teeth?
Big, and they're like also not like human teeth. They're like jagged and they're different sizes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a banyata in your tummy.
No, let's not. Let's not go there.
No, it's not a snout. It's not a snout. Don't say that. It's more mimicky than anything else.
It's a maw.
It is a maw. I like
a
that.
banyata maw without the snout.
Shut the fuck up, Chase. All right.
All right. Also, who has the trumpet?
Gingham?
Yes, which I don't think I'm supposed to.
Okay. Oh, were we gonna give it to Crunk?
I think so.
I was trying to read it in the stash and then it disappeared.
Oh, let me put it on your sheet, Crunk.
The trumpet represents timely warning. As long as you have the trumpet invested, you and only you hear the sound of trumpets when you're about to be attacked. This grants you a +2 item bonus to initiative checks made with hearing-based perception checks. This bonus increases to 3 if you're at least 17th level.
So +2 to initiative, and you can't be surprised, basically, Crunk.
That's nice. I think that makes sense for Crunk.
Yeah.
I'll sell the potion vial then. Gosh, this feels so weird. I feel like there's going to be something super secret about this potion vial. Can I do a check on it really quick?
Yeah,
see if
for
there's
sure.
anything important about this. If
That's going to be a craft.
Oh, nope, I should not do this. Gingham, can I hawk this, or is it like magic or useful or something?
Can I see it? 36.
36. So this is a potion vial, quite expensive. The gems and the materials used would value this around 600 gold, though you recognize this art style and the little engraving on the bottom of this potion vial. There is a traveling adventurer artist named Vinra Styral. Her works of art are quite famous to adventurers who are interested in art because she kind of does dual purpose. She turns her art into usable items for adventurers, and the right collector could potentially have this sell for far more than 600 gold.
Oh. You want a collector to do this, Jack?
Oh, is it like fine art or something?
It's this artist?
Yeah, I got it. Jack does not care about the explanation. He'll put it back into his bag. I'll keep my eye out for the right buyer. All right, we can hold on to it for now, I suppose. Who wants this figurine of an elephant? This feels like a weird gingham thing.
I was about to say, this feels like a super weird gingham thing. Of course this is going to be gingham's.
But just
all right,
how funny would it be?
Have an elephant, Gingham. Go for it.
Really?
It's in your sheet.
Can I take the panacea?
Yes. And then you guys all added your 700 gold each from your payment, correct?
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
All right, home we go.
All right, you guys get back to Harrow Court. Resting, I imagine, after the day's events? Guess you guys already did, right?
Yeah, it's kind of an easy day. Crunk's not really drunk, I guess. So who knows if he needs to rest.
As soon as Crunk steps through, he's going to wish himself to his bedroom because he doesn't want everyone to see him out of his armor.
Excellent.
Okay. Jack's not there, probably, because he went through first.
Wait, would Jack be there if there was a weird sight to behold?
Right, there is shadow skinning.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I forgot. Yes, we have to address this immediately. Immediately, Chase. Jack walks through. He has a semi-horrified look on his face because he just passed Crunk, not in his armor, and they were arguing about Jack, which makes him extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So he's like looking like he wants to crawl out of his skin already. And then he walks in and Shadow is apparently skinning a giant rabbit.
Well, hi, Jack.
What's that?
It's a rabbit.
Would you say this rabbit was princely in nature?
Well, yeah, I would, obviously. What other breed of rabbit you know that's this large?
What? Why did you kill it?
Food? Sustenance? Where do you think all of your food comes from here, Jack?
I was supposed to protect him.
No, you were supposed to protect the rabbit prince. This is a prince rabbit.
So the rabbit prince is still out in the woods?
Yeah, I wouldn't take out the rabbit prince.
So there are multiple gigantic humanoid rabbits hopping around the woods here?
Yeah, that's why they call him the rabbit prince. It's a play on words. He's a prince rabbit that wears a crown. Guy not tell you any of that?
No, Guy has been miraculously unhelpful. I don't know if you talk to him much, but you
feel a presence looming over you from behind you.
He is right behind me currently.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't look at him. He's in a frightly state.
Jack tests a quick peek behind him, half afraid he's going to see a giant hag or something.
It's just the massive Banyata behemoth with all its little eyes looking down at you.
Does he smell like the Panyata?
No,
Okay, good.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, well, that's better than your last form. But even so, Jack will take a few steps away from Guy.
I'll have a nice stew for you tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry to startle you like that.
That's okay. We're probably going to head through that portal next. It might be a day or two, but are you still wanting to join?
You're heading out to Varisia by the looks of it. I don't think I'm welcome to this one. It's a bit too much.
Too much what?
Too much fate.
Okay.
There's gonna be, it looks like, at least 4 cards there. You best take me when you're out after one.
Okay.
Don't want to get things crossed.
Shadow, do you remember anything before Harrowcourt? Do you remember being anywhere else besides Harrowcourt?
Well, yeah, sure.
Like where?
He whistles and goes back to skinning.
Oh, I forgot. I don't think we handed this to him, but Jack's gonna fish out. I guess if Jack has this, does Jack have that amulet that we found at the hag house?
I'm gonna say you can have it.
Okay. Does this look familiar to you, Shadow? He'll hold up the little homemade amulet that was on the skeleton.
Yeah, wipes his hands on a cloth he's got at the table. Let me take a look. Oh, come up and grab it. This is the bird skull one, right?
Yes.
Oh, this looks familiar.
What does it make you think of?
He stares and stares, and he starts trembling as he holds it.
Uh-oh.
And then he just disappears, and the necklace falls on the ground.
Oh no, I killed Shadow.
Ask Guy what happened.
Guy, where did he go?
To his room.
He has
Where
a
do
room?
you go when you vanish? Does now.
Where is it?
It's out in the woods.
Jack will scoop the amulet up off of the ground. And I guess in that case, he will wait for Crunk and Gingham to appear through the doorway or the portal because there are interesting things to talk about. But yeah.
Does Crunk still instantly vanish?
Yeah, probably. But I'll drop Gingham right there.
Gingham, I made Shadow disappear to his room. Apparently he has one now. Also, he was skinning a giant rabbit. It's not the rabbit prince. It is a prince rabbit, which is different, and there are multiple. So don't panic when we're eating rabbit stew tomorrow. And also Shadow said he can't come on the next adventure because it's too many cards. But he was trembling when I showed him this, and he seems to remember something about it, but I don't know. He's not all there. Anyway, I was going to share that with Krunk too, but he just kind of vanished. So if you see him around, you can just pass on all this information.
Oh, all right.
Well, see ya.
Roll a perception, Jack.
Oh, okay.
You're handing the necklace to Gingham, yeah?
No, I was just showing it to Gingham.
Yeah, roll me a perception still.
Okay. This is a 38.
So curious
38.
what this could be.
As you hold up the necklace to show Gingham, you can't help but notice that Gingham's wearing almost the exact same necklace.
Hey, Gingham,
Right.
does this look familiar to you?
It's a necklace of a bird?
Have you ever made something like this before?
Probably. Gingham pokes it. I've made many things.
That's very true. Jack pats the Mortalis coin that's on his armor today.
I like that.
Have a good evening, Gingham.
Oh,
Jack will tuck this away.
You too. Odd about Shadow, though.
Yeah, the mystery continues.
I
Everybody resting for tonight?
I think Jack will actually go to Cheliax, if that's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
Not planning on getting into trouble.
It is nighttime. It's
not like an unreasonable. It's not like midnight though, right?
No.
Okay, it's like dinner time kind of thing.
Yeah, you would know though that you do need to be cautious in Cheliax at night, as it's been known to have shadow beasts that roam the streets when it gets too dark.
Okay, that's good to know. Oh, you know what? I think Jack actually goes to Cheliax, not worried about all that, but then he walks outside and remembers that he does not have dark vision anymore. Like he walks out and is like, he's used to prowling the streets and stuff, and it didn't used to worry him because he can hide in the shadows and see in the shadows, and he kind of blinks and realizes, oh, I can't see anymore. So he's going to turn around and wait till daytime.
All right. Yeah, so that moves us to Fate Day 16.
Wow. All right.
Okay. What's everybody doing today?
Do we want to do another day of downtime, or do we want to head straight through the portal?
I do want to go to Cheliax before we go through this portal, because I think we might run into Lord Drooston or whatever, and I want to learn about him before we do that.
Do you want backup?
You guys can come if you want. Jack will share his plans at breakfast.
Shadow will catch you, Jack, at breakfast. He serves up the stew. He seems fine this morning.
Hey, sorry about last night, Shadow.
It's fine. A lot of people get Prince Rabbits mixed up with the Rabbit Prince. Hey, I spoke to Guy last night, and after some consideration, if you do want me to accompany you, I think we could make an exception. He just mentioned that you were thinking about bringing somebody else with, and it might not be a good idea for us to both go. So maybe just think about who you want to bring along.
Okay, well, I'll think about that.
I don't know how much help I'll be, but I'd be glad to help keep you safe. I'm good with a bow.
I believe that. Well, you guys, I'm going to go to Cheliax today and do some research on this lord who's after us. He's ex-Chilaxian, so I don't expect he'll be there, but maybe there are people around who've heard something about him. Plus, I've got a reward to collect. And he waves his wanted poster in his hand.
Are you anticipating danger, Jack?
I mean, it's Cheliax. There's always a little bit of danger, I think.
Yes, but you are also quite capable of handling yourself. I don't think you need a babysitter, but if you're concerned about it, I will be happy to accompany you.
You're welcome to come or go as you please. I do think it would be good if one of us checked out the freak show at the carnival to see what we might be running into next.
What if I go and I'll take Shadow with me over to the carnival?
He does like cotton candy. Or at least he used to, when he had no mouth with which to consume it.
It is quite odd, the way things have changed.
All right, then. What about Crunk and I go to Cheliax, and Gingham, you and Shadow can have a good time at the carnival?
Excellent.
Can I try to use my disguise kit on Crunk to make him maybe slightly less stand out-ish?
Yeah, for sure.
I know I will not be able to cover the fact that he is a gigantic blue flesh warp, but...
Roll me a society.
A society? Okay.
Interesting.
Unless you're untrained, but if you're trained, the DC will be much lower for society here.
I am trained. That's a 32.
32, you could dress him up as a Hell Knight and he would blend in pretty well.
Oh, cool. You want to be a Hell Knight?
Love to be a Hell Knight.
Okay, yeah, I'll make him look like a Hell Knight. His red eye is probably really good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's, so you guys head to Cheliax. Gingham, let's start with you. You are going to the carnival. So first off, you get a hero point.
Jellyfish.
Secondly, you see the entertainers there. Now, Shadow's still having a good time. He still enjoys the cotton candy. He just is actually eating it this time. As you're seeing the sights, doing the things at the carnival, you see some of the performers are doing this twirling dance that's quite beautiful, quite enthralling. And then one of them in the center starts to twirl faster and faster and faster, and then starts spewing out black feathers and then launches up into the air. And they look like this.
Really?
And
What?
I can tell you about this. This is a Monogala. Monogalas are some of the most feared demonic warriors in hell, combining their aerial strength and craftiness of an Aragnese with sheer brute force rivaling that of the strongest devils. There are countless legions of lawful fiends in the 9 layers of hell, warring against the celestial planes and scouring the material plane for souls to corrupt. Amongst them, Monogalas are among some of the most fierce. And if you have some specifics you want to know, if you encounter a Monogala, I'm guessing is how you say it, Monogala, I'll give you those when you encounter it.
Well, okay then.
If/when.
If/when.
If.
We're going to make friends with the Monogala. Joke's on you.
Yeah. Jack and Crunk. What are you guys doing in Cheliax?
Well, Gingham told Jack that the firebrands were looking for him. So, yeah, I think he's going to start there. I don't really know how a Hell Knight will blend in with the firebrands, but we'll figure that out as we go. Are there still posters up? It's only been like a day or two since he was last here, right?
Yeah, there are still posters up. So you're trying to do this without drawing attention that you're looking for the firebrands, I imagine?
No, I'm marching through the middle of the street and I'm shouting, "Firebrands, where are you?"
All right, noted. All right, and Crunk, are you just bodyguarding or are you doing anything differently?
Can I do a society check to like start noticing if there's any secret things hidden on walls and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, some people leave like little signs on buildings.
Ooh.
What about having nat 20 that chase?
All right. So we're going to say that, Jack, you are looking around for the firebrands. It's your first hour into looking. Crunk, you're able to decipher based on, you see Jack's wanted posters. You're able to decipher that they are indeed coded, and you can see sigils marked on walls, and they actually seem to be leading you somewhere.
I just poke Jack in the back and start leading the way.
Okay. Jack grabs a poster down and hands it to Crunk. You wanted one, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll just hold on to that.
I'll grab an extra for myself, too. I feel like Gingham might want to keep the one that they spoke to.
Just how often do you have the opportunity, you know?
This is not the first wanted poster I've seen of myself, but it is one of the more accurately illustrated. It is actually quite impressive.
Go for that. You're gonna earn yourself a reputation.
All right, this trail takes you a good half an hour to follow, and it ends in an alleyway with a brick in the middle of the alleyway with a chalk X marked over it. And it's protruding just ever so slightly from the wall.
I'm gonna push it in.
It does not seem like you go to push it in and you feel something starting to crunch behind it, like maybe it shouldn't be pushed in.
Oh, I'll pull it out.
Excellent. You pull it out, and behind it, you can see there is a little chest tucked inside.
I'll hand it to Jack. Wait, before I pull it out, I'm just gonna step aside and gesture to Jack so Jack can do the whole like roguey
checking for traps. I don't have trap sense, but I do have really good perception. I'll look around.
All right, excellent. Go ahead and roll me that perception.
Oh no, a 3?
29.
A 29.
Can I roll 2?
Yeah, sure. You're like, I don't trust that.
Damn, that was so close to another nat 20. Lower than Jack.
I mean, the firebrands hopefully wouldn't be trying to kill us.
Explode us? Sure.
All right, do I see anything with a 29?
You don't see any traps. You don't see anybody watching. Seems pretty secluded.
Cool. Pull it out then and open her up.
All right, excellent. Inside, the chest pops open, and there's a nice little satin cloth over it, and underneath, you can see there is a pouch full of gold. There are 3 potions, and there is a rune stone with a sigil marked on it that's a little hot to the touch and glowing orange. And there's also a note that says, "We see what you've been doing. Thank you for being a friend of the firebrands." That is 500 gold, 3 greater healing potions, and a flaming rune.
Wow. What good friends.
What excellent friends.
I'm glad I helped these guys. The general stiffed us, but these firebrands sure paid out, and I even foiled their plot. Can you imagine what would have happened if I would have helped them succeed? These might be lucrative business partners, that's all I'm saying.
I concur entirely. Perhaps we should leave them a gift back to encourage such generosity in the future. Or at least a note, Jack.
Oh, sure. Let's see. He'll rip another poster somewhere off the wall. What should we write?
Well, perhaps all you need to do is leave something and then just say, "From a friend." From your friend. You don't have to be wordy with it, Jack.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to leave?
I don't know. Nothing I really want to give away. Well, nothing that can fit in a little box in the wall that I want to give away. I wonder if there's a way we could find them. Because I feel like these guys might also have good information, which is the other reason that Jack wanted to come to Cheliax, to learn about this lord. Okay, Crunk, maybe we should spend just a little bit of time looking around and see if we can find a way to get in contact with these people. And if we are unsuccessful, then we can leave something in the wall. What do you say?
I think this is a great plan.
All right. Let's divide and conquer, but not go too far, you know?
Of course.
How are you guys seeking information? You talking to people? You like what are you doing?
I want to do more society. I already was really good at finding their signs and symbols, so I'm going to see if I can find more of their symbology.
Okay. And Jack, what are you doing?
Could I maybe roll stealth, like to see if I can follow somebody or like catch sight of somebody who like might lead me to information or something like that?
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, I'll try that.
Right, what's your society, M?
My society was a 35.
35. You don't pick up on any symbology for the firebrands, but you do stumble across as you're looking around. You can't help but notice that there is a records hall in this city that is about current and past Chalaxian nobility.
I find that?
Yep.
And I know the name of the lord that Jack is looking for, so I think I'll go in there just to see if I can get some information that Jack's looking for.
Good idea.
And what about you, Tori? What was your stealth?
That's a 37 stealth.
37 stealth. Don't find any sign of them.
Man, these guys must be very underground.
Crunk, you're taking a look at the nobility records?
Yes.
For Lord Drewston specifically?
Lord Drewston, please and thank you.
All right. So Lord Drewston was a Chalaxian noble. Notably, most of his information is redacted in the records. Like, it looks like it's specifically been purged, and it looks like there are gaps that have been removed. But you do see that he did indeed used to be a noble. It looks like he renounced his nobility to go on some sort of personal quest about 2 years ago. Prior, his most notable trait as a noble was that he was a commander of a Hell Knight Legion. The Hell Knight Legion sounds like a honorable, super upstanding protector of the people. That was an Order of the Nail. That's all that you really find.
Interesting. Maybe if I find the Order of the Nail, I can get more information.
You could roll me a society on the Order of the Nail.
Please and thank you. 35.
Yeah, Order of the Nail is a Hell Knight order. They were based in the Citadel of Vraid near Corvosa. It concerns itself with quelling savage practices and bringing their idea of civilization to the inhabitants. To certain dogmatic, rigid-minded individuals, civilization seems under siege. Beyond the bulwarks of cities and national borders lies an endless expanse of wilderness, populated by those who all too often shun the rules of settled, lawful societies and follow their own callings. The Order of the Nail, these beings enviously prey upon the children of the law, seeking to draw civilization into a regressive mire. The Order of the Nail stands staunchly against what it veils as barbarity. So basically, they travel around and try to stop anybody who is uncivilized and force their laws and civilization upon people.
They're like crusaders.
Mm-hmm. They are known for being quite eccentric and sometimes a little corrupt, even though their ideals are supposed to come from a lawful and good place.
Interesting. Okay.
You can recognize an Order of the Nail Hell Knight with a breastplate emblazoned with a fiendish face, and their helmets bear forward-facing horns.
Do I know if there's anybody in the city right now that's like do they have an encampment nearby?
The citadel that you read about is quite far away, not actually stationed in Juliax.
Is it within 100 miles?
No.
How far is it?
Let's take a look.
Do you have something that can get you 100 miles away?
100%. Spent a lot of gold on this. I learned
boy.
teleport. We could teleport twice potentially if it's within 200 miles.
Oh my gosh. How are we going to get back then?
We just have to. Oh, you can't go back home from wherever. We have to enter through the same spot.
I assume we're just gone for like 3 weeks as we're hiking back. Gingham is like, we
could just do it the next day.
No, I prefer the hike back option.
Yeah, fair. Wait a minute. Wait, I can prepare this at 7th level, and you and other targets can travel to any location within 1,000 miles, and I can do 2 of them. It's gotta be within 1,000. So here's what we could do: we could take 10 minutes. I could prepare my teleport, 2 slots of teleport. We teleport there, do our business, teleport back, go home. But we won't be able to go on our mission today because I'll use both my 7th level slots. Chase, what's up with that smile? I don't trust you.
Wait, what do we know? What do we know about Korvosa?
Yeah, can I do a society on that?
Yeah, sure thing.
I want to know what kind of field trip we're signing up for before we just pop over there.
Oh, I rolled a 3. I have a 22.
May I roll in anticipation that Krunk would be like, Korvosa, we're gonna go?
Yeah.
4.
34. All right, yeah, you'll get all the information, Jack. Korvosa is the largest city in Varissia and was once the capital of Chilaxian Varissia, so when it was under Chilaxian control. It now serves as the seat of one of 3 city-states that claim independent authority over their individual holdings in the region. Though its citizens and traditions have strong ties to the nation of Chiliax, with many of its people tracing their ancestry directly to servants of the empire, the city's location at the mouth of the Jagari River and the presence of highly defensible harbor have contributed to the establishment of Korvosa as a primary hub for trade. Various cultures and peoples live within the city's walls as goods move in and out of its gates. It's currently ruled by Queen Cressida Croft, who was selected to rule by the city's seneschal upon the death of the city's previous monarch queen, Elosa Arabasti. It's a rather peaceful city. It used to be under Chilaxian rule. It's not anymore. It's a little bit schemy akin to Chiliax because there are some roots there, but it's not as cloak and dagger as Chiliax itself. The extra info I'll give you, Tori, is though they are located outside of Korvosa. A Hell Knight citadel is not going to be directly in the city. They're kind of like forts. And they are usually full of a lot of Hell Knights, and they are like defensible for war because they are a military.
So like bamfing right into the middle of a Hell Knight citadel might not be the most welcome thing.
They don't typically take kindly unless you have an invitation.
Well, I have a Hell Knight, maybe, sort of. I have a fake Hell Knight.
I'm trained in deception.
I can cast illusory disguise. We've had to infiltrate a citadel for no reason other than curiosity's sake. Okay, let's think about this. That is an option. We have it on the table. Okay, let's meet back up then. Jack will leave a message in the stone wall for the firebrands. He has nothing to leave them, but he will leave a note at least.
We could buy them an alcohol.
Buy them a drink?
Yeah.
All right, sure. Let's buy him a good bottle of, I don't know, Chilaxian wine or something. Whatever's good here. And
Chase, why are you smirking like this?
I'm just smiling.
You just look mischievous.
I don't know why.
We're in Chiliax. That's the flavor of the city. Okay, let's leave him a bottle. So Jack will leave a note that's like, thanks, and I don't know. Basically, he wants to convey the idea that he's open to a continued friendship with the firebrands.
Huh?
Leave another message basically if they need him or want to get in touch with him, and he'll monitor this brick from time to time, I guess. Do you want to add anything, Em? Does that feel okay?
That feels good to me.
Okay. So about this whole field trip to Korvosa, do you think we should grab Gingham first? Or what are you trying to accomplish there? Just learning more about this Lord dude?
I think they'll have the answers you're looking for.
And you can teleport us out of there, immediately if things go
Absolutely not.
badly?
It's a complicated spell, and I'll have to take time to etch the ground and list where we're going and how far and how fast we'll be able to make these changes. And it'll take me at least 10 minutes to cast.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, 10.
Let's get Gingham. They can blend in as a doll, or in a backpack or something. I just don't really know what we're headed into, so... But then I'm down to go exploring. Just don't tell Guy, because he's going to think we're on vacation again.
Ugh, Guy. What are you thinking of Shadow these days? I'm curious.
I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's all there. I showed him this amulet. I don't know if Gingham told you, but he got all trembly and he disappeared to his room, which he has now.
Did?
Yeah. But anytime you ask him about anything related to what we saw, he seems to not notice the question or just go back to what he was doing.
I wonder if that's part of the process of being a simulacrum. Perhaps I'll do some research on that.
Yeah.
Chase, can I do actually an arcana to see if I know?
Yeah, what exactly is it they're looking into again?
I want to know if simulacrums like are created to ignore specific things.
Okay.
Or if they can't
like
handle memories of the past.
Or like maybe if they don't know information, like is that how they handle it? They just sort of like
flip out?
Oop, go back to the last thing they were talking about or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an arcana or an occultism.
I rolled an arcana and I regret it.
I'm trained. Could I try?
Yeah, go for it.
Rolling occultism. Ooh, 33?
So simulacrum are not typically as complex as they are in the Horror Court anyways. They're quite advanced. Simulacrum are actually constructs, kind of like akin to Golem, but they are supposed to mimic a specific creature and act intelligent, even though they are not actually intelligent or capable of their own thoughts. So the way that the simulacrum are acting in Horror Court are kind of beyond your typical simulacrum anyways.
So really, who knows what Shadow is capable of or remembers or doesn't remember?
Either that or they could have been created for that way for a specific reason.
Well, he's already acting unlike any simulacra I'm aware of. Same with Guy, who claimed he had a soul, which I'm pretty sure simulacra don't have souls. So I don't know. I'm a bit out of my depth with that whole place.
Unsettling. Well,
yeah. Also, Gingham had this same necklace.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't seem to recognize it, though. I think somehow Gingham is linked to this, though I don't know why. Well, we already suspect that Gingham maybe came from that woman who we tried to rescue with the moon hags, you know? I'm just not sure how all of this is related.
It weighs on me as well.
And it has occurred to me that it's at least possible that Shadow might be related to me in some way, shape, or form. Though I haven't really unpacked that yet. But why would he act so, I don't know, weirdly invested in my well-being?
He does seem strangely invested in you. There is some tie to you and Gingham and Shadow, and I'm not sure which way fate is weaving you three together.
Anyway,
I have your back, Jack, no matter what needs to happen.
Oh, I know. I've never
Good.
worried about that. And he'll give you a pat on the arm. And he'll produce another bottle of whatever those stuff they bought for the firebrands, and he'll hand it to you, Crunk. And he'll say, it seems pretty unfair that Willem just made you think you were drinking really good wine when in fact you weren't, so I thought this might help make up for it. And also, it's kind of a thanks, I guess. I'm not paying you anymore. We're sort of splitting things, you know, but I guess this whole thing did start with the contract. So here, consider this your compensation. And he'll hand it to you with like a smile. He's not actually paying you in wine.
Jack, your friendship means a lot to me too.
Okay, let's go home.
All right. The wine is fantastic.
There is something I need to buy.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Sure.
There's a shield rune that I want to get. Can we get the diplomacy check?
Yeah. What's your diplomacy?
Jack, if you would.
I would. That was a nat 20 for you.
Let's see. Nat 20 is going to reduce it to 720.
Thank you, Jack. That's incredible.
I feel like Jack wasn't even paying attention either. Crunk was like weighing all these shields, like, which one is the best? And then he finally settles on something. Jack has like beyond lost interest at this point. He's just zoning out, looking at anything else. And Crunk's like, okay, Jack, do the thing. Jack, half paying attention, is like, yeah, so I think that you're overcharging, and reviews and word of mouth, that goes a really long way, especially in a town like this. I'd hate for you to lose out on business because a couple of unsatisfied customers left, especially a Hell Knight. And yeah, I guess it's a little more intimidation than diplomacy, but he was doing it in a nice way.
Yeah, no, Hell Knights are diplomacy.
Did you just do like a ding? That was
Yes.
a little sparkle.
Nice. All right, heading back home. And Jack, you're having the flaming room put on your rapier?
Yep, I will have the dwarf do it, I suppose.
The dwarf nonchalantly just slaps that rune right on there. It just takes him a matter of seconds.
Wow, that was fast.
That was so fast, I should have bought another rune for my weapon. We could have been flaming twins, Jack.
Jack will spin both rapiers in his hands, looking all fancy.
Gotta admit, I'm rather jealous.
Let's go tell Gingham about our wild plan.
I hope they had a wonderful time with Shadow. Maybe they learned something about each other.
Gingham, did you learn anything about Shadow other than what cotton candy flavor he enjoys?
Probably not.
Were you guys just existing in happy silence together?
It more like Gingham is up on Shadow's shoulder, pointing, ooh, look at that. Ooh, let's go play that game. Yeah, carnival fun stuff. Gingham's not like, so tell me about your past.
So tell me about your dead daughter.
Shadow's quite energetic. He is a lot more lively than he was when he didn't have a mouth and was not completely sentient. Imagine that.
Oh,
Shocking.
Man. It's such a fun time.
He jokes around. He goes on rides. He's a delight to hang around.
Would you say
Lovely.
he's fatherly?
Or grandfatherly?
You know, I wouldn't. He's more of like a cool uncle.
Maybe
That's
he's my
still
cool
relative.
uncle.
That's still related.
All right.
Well, does Gingham want to come? Wait, you have to prepare your teleports, don't you, Crunk? Or are we doing that? Or are we not doing that?
I'm okay
Yeah,
with either
true.
one, and I only need 10 minutes to swap my spell slots around.
Okay.
We could do that tonight if we wanted
Does
to not
Gingham
waste another
want
day.
to come with us? Does Gingham think this is a terrible idea? Question one. Question two, does Gingham want to come if they don't think this is a terrible idea?
So to recap, you want to bust in to a Hell Knight.
We want to sneak in.
Bust
in
in such an
disguise.
ugly word.
Yeah, we're not knocking doors here. We are going to have them invite us in because we will be very legitimate Hell Knights as part of their order.
Gingham thinks. So
And you'll just be, like some magical relic that we plundered from a recent mission. And if it doesn't work out, then we just run and we get back to the teleportation circle and we leave.
well, I suppose if it gets you the information you need.
Why do we? This is the information on the guy that's hunting you, correct?
Hunting us. Let's be
Well-
clear about that.
We should definitely look into it, I mean.
Yes, I mean, look at the last time we went into a job with very little information.
We survived.
Say like 2 days ago.
An excellent point.
We did survive Gingham. That's a great point. And we'll survive this. I just think that it'll better prepare us for wherever we're headed next and whoever's after us.
Information is power.
That's true. Knowledge is a good thing. All right.
Besides, this is like one last shenanigan field trip that Guy can yell at us about before going on whatever this next mega quest is.
Or if is it all part of the same mega quest? And Guy's supposed to yell at us anyway.
That's
Because
true.
fate.
We are all on the thread, apparently. So what control do we really have?
Well, I don't like that attitude.
Well, if we're fated to it, then that's the best attitude to have, isn't it?
Disagree. Even Desna would disagree, I think. After all, we're prepared to face the things that are coming our way, but it doesn't mean that we're predestined to succumb to whatever it is. After all, if the fates can get tangled and they need us to sort it out, then nothing can really be set in stone.
I'm destined to eat a bowl of that rabbit stew and then go to, where was it again? Corvosa. Yeah?
Then let us be on our way. To then Corvosa.
Stew, then Corvosa. I will try and fix up Crunk's disguise to maybe make him look more like the Order, and then I will cast Illusory Disguise to look like a Hell Knight of the Order of the Nail.
I
I like it.
fashion mini Hell Knight armor. Because I'm a ball.
From your wardrobe stone. Dress like a Hell Knight.
Yeah, obviously.
Then you'll have checks, you'll have bonuses on the lore. You can tell us what to say and all their customs
That's
and
so
stuff.
smart. Watch the tiniest Hell Knight just absolutely wreck this thing.
Yes. Okay. We've
All
got
right, I
it.
need anybody who's making a disguise check. You're making it for somebody else. You can roll the check for them. but I need blind deception checks.
I'm assuming Jack.
No.
Well, I don't know. Crunk, do you want to work on your own disguise or do you want Jack's help?
I only have a 16 to deception,
Okay,
so
let
I
me
think I'd
roll it
like help.
then.
Can I assist Chase?
Sure. Okay,
Critical,
Crunk's gonna give a
critical
plus
success.
2. And that's on your own disguise, Crunk?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Nice.
Blind for Crunk.
Okay.
I get a +2 for my disguise kit. I rolled. It is what it is. And
Okay.
then I will cast illusory
Closed
disguise.
helms, I imagine.
Yeah, probably. Although my face won't look like my own anyway.
Would you guys like to see what the Hell Knights kind of look like?
Sure. It's a little worrying that you have art for them because that means that we are going to run into them at some point.
Oh
probably.
my.
Wow, they're cool. Did we ever describe? We never really described the monologue, whatever monster, but we should describe these Hell Knights.
Oh, yeah. Why not do both? Start with the Hell Knights, Tori.
Okay. This particular picture is a row of Hell Knights all on these noble steeds in barding that look totally ready for battle. They're all dressed up in like full plate armor. They've got, like Chase described, that really fiendish skull looking face on their chest plates. And then they have these horned helms. They all look very uniform and polished, like they're ready to battle the forces of barbarism and enforce civilization on the world.
Yeah. All right, what about the Monogala?
Monogala looks like a dusky skinned bird person. So they're wearing this like reddish dull armor that leaves all of their like important bits exposed. So it's terrible. Full midriff, full arms, their thighs. So they really got knee pads, brassiere, shoulder pads, and hip protectants.
All the important parts.
I don't know, man. And then they have these like kind of really large black wings that have claw-like hooks at the top. And they also have giant, I think, Loki horns that come out across their face and curl all the way back towards their head. And I can't really tell, but it looks like they have also got pointy, thin ears and glowing eyes.
Lovely. All right. So Crunk, you're decked out like a Hell Knight. Jack, you are decking out like a Hell Knight.
Yeah, and Gingham, are you out of the backpack or as a little Hell Knight, or are you in the backpack as like a doll in Hell Knight armor?
I'm in the backpack.
It's like we have a Build-A-Bear, a Hell Knight Build-A-Bear.
Exactly. That is
Look at this
exactly
action
what
figure I found of us.
It's a Hell Knight Build-A-Bear. It's 100% what I am. And mine just says I enter a brief trance with the wardrobe stone, so I just have Hell Knight clothes on.
Nice.
There's nothing that could go wrong with this plan. I love it. It's gonna be
full
perfect.
on.
Give me your disguise, Jack, for yourself.
Oh, it's illusory disguise, but that's still.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can target up to 10 willing creatures.
Oh,
Maybe I'll do that. Never mind. You can still have your wardrobe stone, Gingham, because that's fun. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll just target all of you guys.
It does add a bonus. It adds a +4, and even if you are untrained, you're considered trained.
Cool. Okay, you guys all have that, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, and now I will make mine. Blind roll. There it is.
Okay. It's been noted.
Okay. What'd you say if I wanted to use the hero point on either of those? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I don't like
Alright.
the way you
We
said that
will.
at all.
Let's go. Let's go to Corvosa. Corvosa?
All right. So you guys are leaving Harrowcourt and then teleporting to Corvosa, or you're trying to teleport directly out of Harrowcourt?
Let's go to Chiliax and teleport from there.
How much further is it? Is it within 1,000?
Yeah, it's 800 miles away.
And
Huh?
I think that's closer than the Grand Bazaar.
Yes.
We don't. Is it closer than the Taldor wetlands, or are they closer to?
That would
Corvosa?
also be further. The very closest would be going through your Harrowcourt world.
Yeah,
then
that feels a
teleport.
little risky because I feel like the Harrowcourt portals usually dump us out right in the middle of the action.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just don't know about teleporting in and out of Harrowcourt. That seems like
Sure.
we don't really understand the rules
Sure.
there. So that's my
Fair.
vote. Chiliax, closet, Chiliax, teleport. Corvosa.
Sweet. Awesome. So you guys exit the closet of Harrowcourt, and as you do that, Jack, I need you to make me a will save.
A will save?
A will save.
Wait,
It's fine.
No, it's really not. This is when we are exiting my closet to Chiliax?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a mental effect?
No.
Okay.
I'm so worried. I'm so concerned.
This is 34.
Oh, it was so close to a nat 1.
Noted.
What? Noted?
Noted.
Okay. Did Jack feel anything?
Nope.
I really deeply dislike all of this.
Can I do a perception of any kind? I guess that's probably metagaming, huh?
Yeah, no. Nope. There's nothing to perceive.
Okay.
Nothing to see.
Nothing
That
to perceive.
seems like a lie.
It's fine. It's fine.
I would let you make a perception if there's something to perceive. There's nothing to perceive.
I'm guessing that means I succeeded. I just don't know against what, and it really freaks me out. Okay. Fine, I'm putting it out of my mind.
I'm really
All right.
worried because it's below 35.
Is that the, threshold?
I don't know. It just feels like it is a lot of the times.
You could hear a point if you wanted to.
Oh, no, don't say that.
You did technically fail.
Corey, do you want to fail?
Let
Would
it
that be
happen.
fun for you?
No, I
Let
don't
it
know.
happen.
Katie's the shoulder devil. Don't put this on me.
And that's where we end our session.
Gosh, for real. How upset do you think I will be?
I cannot comment in this situation. This is all you.
I don't love that either.
Okay, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna fail. It really freaks me out. Like, I'm legit scared, but I don't know what it is. Jack didn't notice anything, and I think that thematically, I don't know that he could resist something that he's not even aware of.
How can you be heroic if you can't even feel it?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
what is it going to be like subconscious heroism? I guess is possible, but I don't know. I think whatever it is, I assume Jack has had it coming, so
Okay.
we'll just
It's a
let it
bold
happen.
outlook.
Noted. All right. And
Don't
you
laugh,
guys are-
Chase. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, that seems pretty disrespectful.
There's just someone watching us is all.
That's
You don't need a will save for that.
Gosh,
Scry
it
you
is
do.
scrying. It is. We totally forgot to scry on the Lord. Also, we were going to do that later. I guess we
did
can do that later. Yep, we're being
totally
spied
being
on.
spied
Probably.
on. Yeah.
It's probably the Lord, or maybe it's Willem, and Chase is just trying to freak us out.
He's trying to soak hero points. We didn't use any this time.
Listen, I didn't soak anything.
I know, we're saying you're trying to. You failed.
Chase, we have a relationship built on trust, and you are damaging that trust right now.
Oh, man. All right. So you guys are teleporting?
Yeah.
All right. All the way over to Citadel Braid outside Corvosa, yeah?
But we're not inside.
Outside of it. Yeah. Outside of it.
Outside of it. All right. Let's see here. You guys teleport outside of Citadel Braid. It is up on a fortified hill where you guys teleport. It's kind of just grassy highland. It's quite beautiful. You can see the ocean out to your east. You can see there are very large circular shields on the front of this fortress. Same symbol that's on that shield that those Hell Knights were carrying in the art. It's like the spiked spears coming out in a circle. So this does appear to be the fortress of Citadel Braid.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Let's get our story straight. I guess we didn't really figure out how new recruits come or what would be a plausible story here. You were the one who did the society check on this order in general, Krunk. Did you gather
That's
anything?
true.
Or Gingham, you are now dressed in appropriate lore clothing. Does Gingham know anything about what might make for a plausible tale here?
Krunk, you'd probably know with your check before. They are a military unit, not like a massive full city military. They're kind of self-running. But I mean, new recruits are gathered. They typically have to go through some pretty intense trials, but it's typically large enough to where not everybody is going to know everybody. And just because they're centralized at this citadel doesn't mean this is the only citadel where the Order of the Nail resides.
So this sounds like a construction vest and clipboard situation,
People
where you
aren't
just
necessarily going to question us.
Yeah, you act like you belong, act confident, and don't say anything unless someone questions you.
And at that point, you just say, "You're not my Bye, supervisor, and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
should.
think this is a flawless plan.
Are there any other cities, though, where Krunk knows there's an order stationed? Like, that we could say we're from?
Do I, Chase?
Or does Gingham?
Let's roll on that one. Society.
23.
That's the highest, is 23.
Gingham's rolling,
Putting
I
on
think.
Gingham.
I'm gonna.
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
At 20.
What an outfit.
Nat 20. Yeah, so there is another citadel on a hill called Hell Knight Hill, quite far away.
That's cute.
Perfection. Let's do that.
All right. I think we're just going to march in and act like we belong here.
Okay.
Because we do.
Whose backpack
Obviously.
am I in?
Probably Jack's. Because I think, we could have telepathy, the group telepathy, and then we don't have to be whispering to each other. But
I might be able to prepare that as a 6. Telepathic bond lasts for 8 hours.
let's do it.
And I can put it on my sixth one, so it's a 5th level spell.
Or I have a scroll of it.
Telepathic bond.
Yeah. I could just use the scroll so you're not using a spell slot.
And then I can keep 2 damaging spells.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Gingham's casting that.
Yep.
So we can all hear each other. Okay, you can be in Jack's backpack. Well, you guys whisper relevant information to Jack, and Jack will try and do any of the talking if we have to do talking. Does that work for everyone?
Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're totally going to nail this.
It's gonna
All
be
right.
great.
Let's go. Marching in with confidence, Chase.
Okay, marching in with confidence. All right, you guys approach the gate. And there are some guards up on the wall. And as you approach, somebody shouts down, "Business?
We have orders to report here from Hell Knight Hill.
I will open the gate." They open the gate up, some clanking and ratcheting of chains, and then this heavy door at the front opens up and lets you guys in.
Awesome. Let's go. What could go wrong?
Good job, Jack.
Okay, you guys enter in and you guys see a lot of Hell Knights around. There are people, everybody has their helmets on. You can see them patrolling around. Same armor, same outfits as all of you. You see people sparring. You see people sitting down in what appears to be a barracks or an eatery, having some drink, eating some food. Some of those people have their helmets off. Nobody that you recognize. They look more or less like this. Same type of
Nondescript
armor.
soldier man.
Nondescript soldiers in their Hell Knight armor. Are you guys just wandering around? Like, what's your goal here?
So we want to gather information on this lord, right? So what do you guys think? I'm thinking we maybe try and talk to people who've been around for a long time, who maybe served under him, get at why he left.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Any other proposals?
More about is he because he left the lordship, but is he still involved with Hell Knight business? And if so, or he's probably not. He's probably honestly hunting us. Maybe we should discover what some of his weaknesses are so that we can defeat him easier once we come face to face.
That would be nice to know. I don't know.
Does he have somebody he cares about a lot that we can drag with us?
Oh my, we're taking hostages now? This plan is evolving.
According to the books that you read, he should no longer be involved in Hell Knight business.
Okay.
You guys hear screaming from some area of the fortress up ahead. Like
Does
somebody screaming in agony.
Does anyone seem perturbed by this?
Nope.
I expect it's maybe someone being tortured.
You hear like a bestial roar and a chatter.
Oh, do you think someone's getting eaten right now?
Seems like it would be on brand for these guys.
Perhaps we should just go take a look.
Okay, let's go wander over towards the screaming.
Yeah, you walk up, there's a big open courtyard area, and you guys see a familiar sight. You see a creature that looks like this skeletal bat, scorpion, and ocelot that you encountered earlier.
What a throwback.
There are a bunch of Hell Knights that are surrounding it with halberds pointed at it. They're not currently attacking, though. There is a gentleman in some mercenaries armor, not Hell Knight armor, that's just getting torn to bits by him on the ground. All the Hell Knights are just kind of watching.
Not even cheering or anything? This is not entertaining for them? This is just business?
Just watching like business.
Ow.
Ouch.
As you guys are observing, there is a feminine voice from behind you all, and you see this woman approach behind you.
A Monogala.
You hear Gingham go, I saw her at the carnival.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I don't like that at all.
What does she say?
Are you the ones from Hell Knight Hill?
Yes.
Who's
That's
asking?
us.
I say
And-
to the bond.
With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
You have the honor of speaking to me, but on behalf of Captain Drustin. He asks what your business is. We don't recall any reports coming in from Hell Knight Hill.
Reassignment, maybe?
Yes, this was not our original destination. However, there were some last-minute changes to assignments. This is merely a stopover, just sort of a resupply, and then we will be on our way.
Before you check in with the quartermaster, we should probably run it by the captain. Come with me, I'll let you explain to him yourselves.
Could I try to sense motive here, Chase?
Perception, give me a blind one.
There have been too many blind checks today for my liking.
How about me? Can I make a blind perception check?
Sure.
It's rolled.
Both of you feel like she doesn't seem like she's suspicious of you or anything. She seems more irritated than anything else. Like, why the mix-up?
We can be empathetic to that, Jack.
She doesn't seem like irritated at you, I should say. She seems irritated at the situation.
Yeah. I apologize for putting you and the captain out. I know this was not planned on your end, and I understand you like to run a tight ship here, as it were.
The captain does. I simply follow orders.
Of course, as do we all.
Good. Well, follow me. We'll get it sorted out, and we'll have you on your way.
Did Jack's backpack go woo?
All in my brain. That's what I'm assuming, unless you guys specify that you are saying something out loud.
She starts walking, like expecting you all to follow.
I'll follow at a short distance.
She turns back as she's walking. You were watching the initiations with some interest. Do yours go not quite so poorly?
They go worse. Tell her worse.
Oh, ours go typically much worse. Frankly, I was impressed that he was holding on for as long as he was.
She furrows her brows. That was impressive to you. This order
Not
is
to
clearly
me.
falling apart.
Yes, it's quite difficult to find good recruits these days.
Who's in command over at Hell Knight Hill currently?
Chase, did I get that in my previous knowledge about Hell Knight Hill?
Is Gingham? Gingham with the nat
Gingham was
20?
one that.
Oh, Gingham got the nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a name. Let's change that. We'll go with it. Quaffseal?
Wopsil?
Quaffseal.
Captain Quaffseal?
Yep.
Wopsil.
Quaffseal?
That's
Actually, it is
this
for
is the
you
back-
to say one name confidently.
Tell her it's Captain Castiel or something along those lines. I think that's how it sounds.
Captain C. Captain C.
Jack is
Captain
like,
C.
Is it with a K?
Quaffseal?
Captain Q Money.
Quaffseal? Jack is just rattling off all these names. Not really.
Captain Quaffseal. Tell her that.
Okay. What a weird name, Jack thinks.
I know.
Captain Quaffseal.
I see. And he is still in support of Captain Durston.
Last I heard, I don't suspect he would have sent us this direction if he did not trust the captain.
Good. We need to get the order back together under Captain Durston. Things are starting to fall apart otherwise.
Have there been other citadels not falling in line?
Well, of course. But we're dealing with those.
Perhaps we can help on our way back. Are there any along the way that we might be able to address or deliver a message for you, perhaps?
We'll leave that up to the captain. He currently has an initiative underway to, as he puts it, solve things. So we'll see what he says. We'll go report in.
Very good. You know, to be honest, I was a little concerned we might not find the captain here. I'd heard rumors along the road that he had disappeared from the order, cut ties.
Just rumors around Chiliax. You've been
Yes.
away for a long time.
Yes, well, we have been kept busy in our neck of the woods.
She looks a little confused at that statement. Hell Knight Hill, you would think they would be better educated on what's actually happening.
Like I said, the order's falling apart. We really need to rein things in. I trust the captain to do that.
Agreed. She keeps walking and she leads you up some stairs up to like what's clearly the center of the citadel. And she opens a pair of sturdy wooden doors into what it looks similar to a throne room. Not quite as extravagant as a castle throne room, but there is a large throne in the center, some tables around as if some dining could take place here. And there is a desk pulled in front of this throne, and sitting at it is this gentleman.
Have we accidentally triggered the boss fight before we were supposed to find the boss?
Unlikely.
We're fine.
I haven't said roll initiative yet.
But his face looks like Grima Wormtongue, and he probably has true sight on at all times.
He really does. He's got that stringy black hair, too.
And a face that looks like he hates life.
Yeah, like he just isn't a permanent sneer.
Yeah, like he has something sour in his mouth, and that's how he prefers it.
That's a good way to describe that. All right. So you approach. He doesn't even look up at all of you, but the Monogala responds for all of you. Captain, these are the ones from Hell Knight Hill. I told them to speak with you and get things cleared up. He waves her off, still looking down at some kind of parchment that he's writing on. Yes, quite unfortunate, that mix-up. What exactly is happening? Why have you been reassigned here? Why are you stopping by?
All right, I want to immediately sense motive on him, because in theory, he maybe knows who we are or knows of us. I want to just get a sense if he's playing games and recognizes us or what.
Blind perceptions.
Okay, there it is. More question marks in chat.
All right, Crunk, you're not really sure. Jack, you feel certain that he has no idea who you are currently.
Okay, that either means I did well or I critically failed. We'll proceed as if I did well. All right, let's just keep up with the clipboard and construction vest veneer. Yes, as I was explaining to... I apologize, I did not get your assistant's name.
She has no name.
All right, then. We were waylaid. This was not our original destination. However, urgent last-minute orders came through that we should head this direction. I did not ask for a lot of elaboration because I am someone who believes that we should follow our superiors, especially when it comes to reporting to your order, sir. If it's not too much to say, I'm quite honored to be reporting to you at this time. And I'll salute him.
Excellent. He doesn't even look at it. He finishes scrawling on his scroll. He rolls it up. He dips a signet ring in some wax and seals the scroll. And then finally he looks up at all of you. He stands up. Well, I appreciate it. We'll get you taken care of. Honestly, your timing is quite impeccable. I am in need of some more soldiers. You are all proficient on horseback, I imagine, if you came all this way.
Of course.
Good. We're traveling to the Storval Stairs tomorrow, I do believe. Though I have to do some more. He has a little grin that creeps across his face, kind of out of place, scouting.
I see. Is there anything I can do to assist you in the meantime?
Just enjoy the feast hall. We have some initiations happening. Feel free to watch them if you're into that kind of entertainment. Make sure you're respectful. You're still on duty while you're here until we get you reassigned. Understood?
Of course, sir.
He puts his hands behind his back in a proper military posture, kind of tilts his head to the side as he looks at all of you. A formidable looking bunch, especially you. Gestures at Crunk.
Crunk doesn't say anything.
This one prefers to do his talking with his weapons, sir.
Ancestry? Ogre? Orc? What's under that helmet, soldier?
Doesn't say anything.
As I was trying to put it politely, this one is a mute, unfortunately. But he does understand and follow orders with absolute zeal and exactness. I do believe his blood contains some traces of... I'll go with giant, far back in his lineage.
Well, it matters not. We'll have your support tomorrow, I imagine. I won't be troubling the mutes. Please enjoy your stay here. And we'll get you assigned on duty tomorrow.
Okay, Chase, I would like to try to get this guy to continue talking to me.
Okay.
Because if possible, I want to analyze his idiolect, and I need some time to do that. So I would like to try and ingratiate myself to him.
Okay.
Sir, we have been traveling for some time, and the order over at Hell Knight Hill, I'm afraid, is falling somewhat into disarray. I was out of the loop, frankly, on your command. If it is not too much trouble, I would appreciate if you could fill me in a bit so I can best serve you now and forever.
He looks at you for a moment. He looks kind of irritated. They're really so out of the loop over there.
Yes, and I do apologize for troubling you. I know you must have many pressing matters. However, there's no one in this citadel that I would trust as much as you to give me the true lay of the land.
Well, let me explain something to you, soldier. And he cuts off, and Gingham, your pocket starts to burn. You can see reflecting off of the inside of your little Hell Knight helmet, a blue glow as your eyes start to glow. And you're in a backpack currently,
now,
right?
Gingham.
Yeah, in a backpack.
Okay, it's like you can see through the backpack. And you can see this captain here, standing here, paused and looking confused. And you see from a satchel on his side, some glowing green eyes that look like they're staring back at you, Gingham. And you hear this soft whispering that's not quite intelligible to you. Drewston looks down at his satchel. Jack, you don't hear any whispering, nor do you, Crunk. You just see him pause mid-sentence. And
do I see the glow or not
nope,
even the glow?
You don't see anything. What's that? You don't say.
Someone's watching us.
Say it in my ear. Let me make sure I understand you. And he starts opening up his satchel. Crunk and Jack, you two can make me a perception check.
Okay.
Is it blind?
Nope.
With that sing-songing in your ear, the somebody else is watching.
Nat 1.
Jack is just like, is thinking desperately to you. What's happening? What is happening? Anyone know what's going on?
Someone.
Jack got a 32 perception.
A 32. You see him lift something out of his pocket and hold it up to his ear. You can see this image slide up to his ear.
What a terrifying card.
I'm going to go ahead and describe it, Katie.
Oh, it's so cool. So it is a giant fiend monster that is bright red with glowing green eyes, and it has between its toothy maw a corpse, basically, or going soon to be a corpse between its teeth, and another body in its other hand. And it's just looking back like, yeah, I eat these.
It's standing in like a field of bodies.
Yeah, and in a field of bodies. It's super cool.
All right, and Jack, you get a glimpse of this card as he pulls it out of his pocket, and it catches your glimpse because its green eyes are glowing as if they're staring at you as he pulls it up to his ear.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to maybe start exiting?
Wait.
I don't want to keep you any longer.
Oh, I think that you've kept me just long enough.
Oh, shoot.
You are the ones I've been looking for. He takes a deep inhale. I smell them now. How many do you have?
Jack's mind is just shit.
He takes a slow step forward. He starts kind of like skulking towards all of you.
I'm going to quickly pull out a deck of cards and play 52 pickup with this guy. I'm going to say, what's that? How many do we have? This many. And I will flurry the cards, causing me to become briefly hidden. Maybe not Crunk.
That's fine. Crunk can handle himself.
All right, well, Jack is gonna poof.
Okay. You fling the cards, and he draws a sword from his side and shouts, "Servant!" Thanks for tuning in. If you like what we do and you want to see more, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a thing. Or if podcasts are more your thing, find the audio version of this show on the Level 1 Geek podcast on your favorite listening platform. If you'd like to show your support, you can find links to our website, Discord, and Patreon in the description below. Now go take a long rest, drink plenty of water, and we'll catch you next time.